yeah, fingers crossed. Hope this goes okay. Never tried this mould before. Been having a little hunt around through all the bits and pieces I've got, and I'm going to try these little flowers just in the heart. Obviously they'll need a bit of trimming. I'm kind of chalet, shan't I, with the leaves. I probably will. And then in the other letters I've got some different sizes of red glitter. Not entirely sure how I'm going to stop it running into there. I may just put some, just build a little barrier with some UV resin, which I think is probably the safest way of doing it. So I don't really want too much of this getting in this part. Yeah, UV resin then. Put that in there. It's a flaw in the mould. Great. That's a good start. And that's underneath. Okay, UV. Oops, there goes more flowers. Okay, get that ready. Just going to put a very small amount there, hopefully. Let's get a little. Okay. Don't think I'm going to need much. It's just a very small barrier, because the first layer is going to be very thin anyway. And I'm kind of wondering about putting lights in, but I've never tried lights in resin before, and I'm thinking too many new techniques in one go. I might end up making a bit of a mess. But you know what? What's life without a little fun? So I've got these, if I can figure out how to open the packet. I got these lights from Temu. I think they're only about 1 meter long. Just check that. Let's pop this other layer in when I'm guessing. Probably could be a lot tidier with that, couldn't it, really? Hopefully it won't show through. Just need to make sure it gets right up to the edges. Otherwise it's just going to run around it anyway. Okay. Yeah, so these lights I'm kind of thinking it would be quite nice. So I've never done one of these molds before, and I've never tried anything with lights in, so this will be fun. I'm going to make sure I don't destroy the lights before I've even used them, because they're very oddly wrapped. Here we go. So I think what I'll do is I'll put a layer of resin in first, then use UV to put these in after the first layer is set. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Okay, I'll work on that. Right, just check that the UV resin is actually set. Yep, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to mix up some resin. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hi, we're back. So I'm just going to do a very tiny thin layer of clear resin in the heart, just to kind of hold the flowers in place. The bridge I made with the UV resin is very, very small. Maybe I should have kind of built that up a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. These flowers, from experience, they create masses of bubbles. So I'm just going to do a very thin layer, because the next layer, hopefully, if I'm brave enough, is going to be with lights. Oops. And very obviously I haven't re-leveled my table. Okay, so there, that's the clear layer for the flowers. What I'm going to do now is mix up tiny resin here, a few micro bubbles in there, so I'm just going to give that a quick spray with, this is 96% alcohol. We may get a little bit of overflow there. I've just filled that a tiny bit too full. Keep everything crossed. I've got 3 different sizes of glitter here. I think I'm only going to go for the medium and fine. We'll leave this one out for now. Just going to put a very thin layer through the other letters, let that set, and then I'll come back. Excuse me. I'll come back when that's set, and probably, maybe, possibly put the lights in. We'll see. Just use the basically this end of the spoon just to get, don't really want to overload it with glitter. Unfortunately, I haven't got any clear PVA glue, otherwise I'd be doing the Daniel Cooper method to stop the glitter from sinking. Now, anybody watching my videos, if you're really interested in resin, you'll know who Daniel Cooper is. If you don't, you really need to check him out. He's brilliant. He does have the weirdest ideas, but he always comes up with something absolutely brilliant. I don't think it really matters about getting the glitter suspended in the resin, given how thin I'm going to make this layer though. And just kind of keep everything crossed so it doesn't bleed over too much into the middle section. I'm going to start at the top here. I can see there's already going to be a little bit of a bleed over into the middle, but as long as it's not too much, I can kind of work with that. See how that settles. Just going to get my little silicone tool, push it up into the corners. Really do need a leveling table. I always think my table is level. I check it with the spirit level, and then all of a sudden it's not. Okay, I think that's going to have to do for now, because otherwise it's going to ruin this edge here. I'll keep an eye on it and try and keep the glitter to where it's supposed to be, but we're going to get a little bit of bleed over. Not the end of the world. Okay, see you when we're ready for the next layer. Bye. Hi. Okay, I can't remember actually if I filmed. I poured a second layer in here. I just used this, oops, here we go again. Just a sparkly white. It's very pretty. I'm running low on that, so I'm going to have to get some more. I actually put the lights in this morning using UV resin. Currently using this one. It's actually very nice compared to the previous one that I used. That one absolutely stunk and gave me a terrible headache, but this is pretty good. Very little smell. Yeah, works really well. I've mixed up some resin for the top coat. I decided to go with red. I was kind of dithering about what to put on the back of it, but I decided to go with the red. And because I can't get hold of a decent red mica powder, I've actually used this acrylic, which works pretty well, or has done previously. I'm waiting on my red pigment paste to arrive impatiently. I'm just going to pour this now and hope I've got the wires down low enough that they're not going to poke through. I did very carefully tweak the wires. It took a long time, which is why I didn't film it. Well, that and the fact that I forgot to switch the camera on. I've decided to have the wire coming up about here, so then I can use I don't know, glue dots or something to put the casing on here. Then hopefully they'll be able to replace the batteries if needed. Dripping everywhere. Oh, good grief. I can see one of the lights there, hoping. Still got a little room in the mould, so hopefully everything will be properly covered by the time it all gets in there. Wire seems to be staying where I put it. Okay, I think we're pretty much full. Resin's a bit bubbly today, it's very cold. I did warm the resin beforehand, but not long enough. Okay, as you can see I've got some left over, but I do have other things waiting. I mixed up 30 grams of A and 60 grams of A and 30 grams of B, because I didn't have a clue how much I was going to need in the mould. Everything looks good. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll give it a spray, try and get the bubbles. I'll be back tomorrow for the demould. Bye.